Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our 8th episode, 8, Josie,
lucky 8,
of Healthy Living with Marilyn. As you can see, we're in some new digs, aren't we, Josie?
Yeah, I like it. It's comfy.
It's comfy, it's cozy, it's
Living with Marilyn.
It's Healthy Living with Marilyn in my den. And it's way cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. I
good.
love it. It helps me keep this room clean, which is very important, if nothing else. So it's way cool, you know, and I'm just really excited. This is, like I said, our 8th show. I'm so excited. We still have the same crew I had before. My husband, Xenophon Scott, on audio. My wonderful video guy, Michael A. Hall, on video. And my administrative assistant, who I don't know what I do without, is Shaunice, Grier, and my ever-present Josie, my co-host, who's been with me since the beginning. And it is so good to see you today.
It's good to see you, too. I always miss you when I don't see you in between time.
I know. You know? It's tough. We got to get together.
But it's good, though. It's good, though, because then we get excited and
I know.
We
it's
get
so
to catch up on air.
We catch up, and we catch up on air, and, you know, you guys can realize what we're doing and everything. And I want to introduce everybody, my guest, which at the last minute she said, yes, I will come and be on your show. And I was so excited because I was on pins and needles this week. Who am I going to be on my show? Who's going to be on my show? Who's going to be my guest? And Rita McCulloch.
Hello.
And she's from Huntsville, Alabama, but she lives in Richmond. And you live in North Chesterfield?
Oh, no, it's City of Richmond.
The city of Richmond.
Right.
She lives in the city. Wow.
Yeah,
you live in the city?
I live in
You're
the
a city girl
too.
too?
I'm a city girl.
I was, but I moved out into the country. Not really country. The suburbs.
They annexed to Richmond right before I moved here.
Oh,
so
did they?
Yes, they did.
Yep. So Rita is here, and she is going to be talking about special things that she does. I've known Rita for maybe 5 years. We met at a networking event when I still had my practice and had more time to network, which I don't have much time to do that now. But it's okay. You know, I network on social media, and it's cool, and I'm getting out a little bit.
Networking.
Pardon me?
I said that's a new way of networking. You don't have to go out and physically do it.
It is. You can network, and that's why we're doing this on Facebook. We're networking on Facebook. I hope a lot of my Facebook friends are there. I will not be answering your comments if you answer on Facebook, which I hope a lot of people mention comments and say their comments on Facebook. Shaunice Grier is doing my Facebook tonight, so if you comment on the show, I would love to hear your comments. Shaunice will comment back. So I'm excited about that. And, you know, we're doing a whole new thing, and I'm really, really happy. And tonight we are going to be talking about aging.
Yay.
Aging.
As boomers.
As boomers. We are all boomers.
Boomer chicks.
Do you know there are 65,000 Americans every day signing up for Medicare? Whew, that's what I read.
Wow.
Isn't that something? Yeah. There's a lot of baby boomers out there. A lot of baby boomers. And a lot of us are approaching our 6th decade or are in our 6th decade.
Yeah.
You know, and like Josie says, we're 60-something young.
Yes.
We're not 60-something old.
No.
Right.
And I feel very young for my age.
You don't plan to retire no way soon.
No.
No.
And you love what you do. You don't retire. You just keep on rolling.
I love what I do. And I'm just going to keep on going. But because I injured myself a month ago. It's been a little over a month, Josie. Yeah, I injured myself. I sprained my ankle and fell on my right shoulder. Judy said I felt like a football player. She said, she was with me when I fell. She says, oh, Marilyn, you felt like a football player. Well, if that's the way football players fall and that's how they feel, I never, ever want to play football.
For real.
I don't want to play football. That's a little bit dangerous for me. So I tore my rotator cuff, I frayed it, and I tore my tricep.
Oh, get out.
Yeah. So when I went to the doctor the day after I did it, and still in an enormous amount of pain, because inflammation is one of the big things that a lot of us struggle at, especially at our age, and it takes us longer to heal than it does the younger generation.
Of course. Yep.
But I don't put that out there for myself personally because I want to heal pretty fast.
Oh, yeah. And you did.
And I did. I have pretty good range of motion. A couple weeks ago I had no range of motion. But, you go to the orthopedic guy and he looked at my ankle because I sprained my ankle too. And for a couple weeks I was walking around with a cane. We have a cane, we have a walker, we have a wheelchair, we have all the accoutrements of the Geriatric Society, because you never know when you're going to need it for a certain time. Right, Josie?
You're right. You're right.
And when if my mom comes down, we have the wheelchair, we've got the walker, we have the chair for the bath, we have all of that. And
so do I.
See, Rita's got it too, When you get to be our age, you got to think about things like that. And if you have room to store them in your house, it's a good thing. Now a wheelchair folds up, the walkers fold up, and, they're not that wide, and they don't take up a lot of space.
Right.
I haven't done that yet. I just got all the baby stuff out of the house.
Well, girlfriend, you might want to think about at least getting a cane. You never know. But when I went to the orthopedic guy, he said, I see you sprain your ankle, because I was there for my shoulder for him. And I found out that orthopedic doctors do different things now. They definitely take compartmentalizing.
Oh, God, don't you hate it?
Yes, I
do.
So he looks at me and he says, we have somebody that can come in and help you with your ankle. I looked at him and I said, I don't need help with my ankle. I can fix my ankle. Homeopathic remedies, bone broth, magnetic therapy. I've been doing a lot of that. My ankle's fine. I can rotate it. It's great. I love it. My shoulder, I needed to find out what was wrong with my shoulder.
You want to know what's going on so that then you can do it.
So had an MRI and found out that I had a torn tricep and my rotator cuff was all discombobulated. So I went to the doctor last Tuesday and he said, we're really worried about your tricep. I said, okay, I can fix it. He goes, really? Yeah, I can fix it. And so I said, I'm using bone broth and my holistic friends and stuff, and I'm using homeopathy. And he looked at me like,
like what?
Like what are you like deer in the headlights?
Yes, like you on another planet.
He said, "Well, have you thought about therapy?" It's like, what does therapy entail? Thinking, he would say, "Well, it's an hour or whatever, or, it's moving your arm or some of the therapy things." He says, 2 days a week for 6 weeks, and we'll see you in 3.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Said I'm going to talk to my husband about it, and I left it. So I'm not doing physical therapy. So if my children are watching me, no, guys, I'm not doing physical therapy. I'm doing my own physical therapy. Number one is picking Sammy up, who weighs almost 20 pounds. That's enough physical therapy. Running around after Jacob. I don't know whether you noticed out in the driveway, but we did sidewalk chalk today.
Nice.
We were making butterfly people today.
Okay.
So that was, bending over and drawing and everything, and that was a lot of fun. So, and those are all natural things that I'm doing to help get better, to help heal myself, because the inflammation is still there, and sometimes if I move the wrong way, it's irritating. But if it takes me 6 months, if it takes me a year, I am going to get this better. I am going to get it to heal.
Without the meds, without all of the...
Because muscle has memory. And a lot of people our age and older have problems with inflammation. They have bad knees, or they have bad elbows, or they have swollen hands, or they're getting swollen feet because they're retaining fluid.
Yes.
There's natural ways to eliminate that. to the point where you don't have the inflammation, because inflammation is one of the biggest things for people not being able to function during the day.
Right.
Am I right?
I know that's right.
Yeah, yeah. So if you have inflammation problems, if you are under the weather and you're having problems walking, there are ways that you can get help, and there are natural ways which you can use. And if you have questions, just please give me a call. I'll give you my phone number. It's 804-350-0034, and you can call me during the week. If I can't answer the phone, please leave a message with your name and your phone number, and I would get back with you. But there are ways to eliminate inflammation, and there are ways to get better when you're older. And I have a friend who was on medication for a long time, and she got off it too soon, and she was in crisis. So I was over at her house doing Reiki when my arm was really, really bad. And the good thing about that is it started to heal my arm too. Yeah, because it's the energy. It's the energy that she's pushing off on me, and the energy I'm giving her.
It's an exchange.
And it's Reiki is basically an exchange of energy. So when I'm doing Reiki, it really helped my arm. So that's another thing that I was doing. So I do Reiki on the kids, and I do Reiki on myself, and self Reiki. Yeah.
He doesn't know it. Now, I guess if he's watching, he knows it now.
Yeah. And I do it on my husband. He doesn't know it either. Yeah. So, but anyhow, so there are ways to stay younger. And there's another way with one of our sponsors, Debbie Troxel, does the thermography. And if you're interested in getting thermography, which is, you can get your whole body done for thermography if you're worried about things. But I do it instead of mammography. I don't get a mammogram, I get thermography. So I get a thermogram. And it's not uncomfortable, it's very comfortable, and it's non-invasive, and it takes less time than it does take to get a mammogram. So, and she's one of our sponsors, and she also does, this is one of the biggest things that I have been using every week for the past, several months. It's the ionizing foot cleanse, which is awesome because it's powerful. It cleanses toxins out of your system. And if you don't think you've got toxins in it, go see Debbie, because you have more toxins than you ever thought you had.
You'll wonder where the dirty water came from.
That's right. That's right. And the first time I did it, several months ago, she's getting all excited, and my water's as brown as it's almost like ionizing
like mud,
brown, and that's because of the liver. And she's getting all excited about it, and I'm embarrassed because I did not realize that I was so toxic, But
the toxins are all around us. We really can't avoid them.
You can't avoid toxins. So if you want to get in touch with Debbie, her number is 804-683-7774. She is over in the Wellness Village off of Quioccasin and Starling, like right across the street from BJ's up in the West End. So give her a call. The ionizing foot cleanse has really helped me enormously. Enormously. In fact, the other thing that I do, I drink, and we talked about this several weeks ago on the show, turmeric and ginger. I drink turmeric and ginger tea. And the reason why I drink that is because it helps cleanse your liver. And even if you're older, my mom's 88, and she's drinking turmeric tea. But it helps cleanse your liver, it helps cleanse your kidneys, it just helps cleanse everything. And last week I wasn't drinking a lot of it, and on Monday the water in my ionizing was darker, and I realized it was because I hadn't been drinking a whole lot of that. But also, if you're having problems with inflammation, make sure that you're taking amino acids. And I have this great drink that I take that I get from Vitamin Shop. I get it from Vitamin Shop, and it's amino acids, and I have a powdered vitamin C, which has rose hips in it. It's very good, and collagen. And collagen is really good to replenish your bones and your muscles, because your muscles hold your body up, not your bones. Your bones prevent us from being jellyfish, so we're not around like this. But your muscles are the main part of your body that hold up your bones, that hold you up. Because if you don't have your muscles, you can't walk. You can't move your arms. You can't move your head. So remember that. So keep your muscles and your body in tip-top shape, whatever you have to do. If you don't have time to walk, if you don't have time to exercise, go out and take a walk. Or sometimes I'll park way out in left field and walk to where I need to go to the store.
Right.
And I do that because I find at least I'm getting
some exercise, yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, I never park close. I like to park a ways away.
Yeah.
And walk.
Yeah.
My husband likes to drop me off at the door, and I'm like, no, just park and we'll walk.
My husband will drop me at the door if it's raining.
He always
And I don't
drops me at
have
the
an
door.
umbrella, if I don't have an umbrella. But other than that, it's like, no, I want to walk. I want to walk. So if you can't get exercise, get some walking in. Or move your legs, move your arms, put 2 cans of soup, can of soup in your hand, each hand, and you know if you're debilitating, you just can't move, get some bottles of water, put them in the freezer, and then take them out, and you can roll them on your feet, or you can roll them on your arms. I mean, and that helps dissipate any inflammation that you have, which is really good.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought of anything.
You hadn't thought of that?
Right.
Well, I've told my mom that. Now, my mom's not on Facebook, and she doesn't see my YouTube videos or anything unless somebody comes over and says, oh, I saw Marilyn on YouTube, and we can watch it. But she, you know, I have told her, Mom, get those bottles of water, those frozen bottles out, and move your feet on them. And, you
That's
know.
got to be stimulating on the feet.
It is.
Does it have cramps?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but there's a great homeopathic remedy for cramps too that I can
Okay.
tell you about.
All right.
Because a lot of times,
you need more
I
calcium.
tried that vegetarian. I tried a vegetarian diet years ago, but I would get cramps in my calves to the point where I had to wake up in the middle. It woke me up, and I had to get up and walk around. It was that painful, and sometimes it was sore during the day. So.
Right. I've had them like
Tonic
that before.
water. Tonic water, because if I'm at an event and I get cramps from standing up in heels, I'll always ask for some tonic water or seltzer water.
They don't make tonic water like they used to.
It works still, though.
Does it?
And they say mustard, but I don't want to just eat mustard.
Oh, I could eat mustard. I'm a mustard connoisseur, man. I could eat
they
mustard.
say mustard.
Till the sun goes
but I
I've
down.
just
heard
do
mustard.
I have
I've
vitamin
heard
C.
pickle juice. They'll pickle juice, and
Well,
sometimes that's what
sauerkraut would probably work
Yeah.
then too. You know, fermented veggies. You know, you can get that in the store now. A bottle
But the
of
tonic
fermented-
water, I just keep a bottle under my sink just in case.
Do
But
you?
I try to stay up on my calcium because
Yeah.
I know it's
Well,
a
it's calcium and
deficiency.
magnesium.
Deficiencies.
Sometimes it's potassium too.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but it's those minerals that we miss, and that's why we get the cramps. And our body's saying, you know, you need more minerals. You definitely need more minerals. So
You gotta love our bodies. You only
Yes.
get one.
you only have. That's
You only
right,
get
Josie.
one.
That's right. You only.
This
have
is your house for
one.
life.
Yes.
That's right. It's your temple.
Yeah.
It's your
Yes,
temple. God gave us this beautiful temple.
And you have to cleanse.
You're
it.
You have
responsible
to
for
take
it.
care of it. You know, stay away from sugar. I just read an article today. No matter how I try to stay away from sugar, there's always sugar in something. Always.
Just don't add it though.
Oh, I don't add
Yeah.
it. No, I gave up sugar and bread,
Yep.
over a month ago. I haven't had bread for me in the
Yeah.
house for quite a while.
I had waffles though.
Oh, did you? I don't count waffles as bread. though.
Well,
to me,
thank
bread
you.
is
That's
bread.
good. I didn't have bread then. If I don't count waffles, then I didn't have bread.
No, that's right. I don't count waffles as bread. I
Good.
just don't. You know, to me, bread is bread.
Yeah.
know,
No,
I don't count-
I haven't bought a loaf of bread probably in 2 years.
Yeah, well, I don't count pita chips as bread either because they're chips.
Yeah, that's true.
Might be part of bread, but they don't look like bread to me, so they're pita chips. So, yeah, so, you know, be careful of what you're eating. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. You know, if you're on supplements, make sure that you're taking them during the day. Make sure you're taking a good vitamin so you can keep the energy going. I noticed when I was eating bread, that was not good for
God,
me
it
because
drains you.
it you know, the kids are still running around,
And you're sitting there like a log.
yeah, I want to
Yep.
go to sleep.
Right.
And I can't get them to take a nap because they're ready to rock and roll. So,
So little things that we can do for ourselves. I mean, the water, we were talking about this earlier, not you don't take showers, don't take baths, but we were talking about the body is like, we're the earth.
Yeah.
You know, so we're 3/4 water just like the earth. So we need to take in water. We need to immerse in water every now and then. So that's why I made my bath bombs.
that's why.
To
Oh,
make
yes.
bath fun.
She made me a bath bomb this week. It was a project she was doing. I can't wait to try it. So I will go up and take a bath because I do have a bathtub upstairs. So I'm going to try that this weekend.
I wanted something natural because my granddaughter is all into this creative thing, making slime and stuff, and I told her I was going to make some bath bombs. And so many of them have chemicals in them and dyes. And so, you know, I found some great food that wasn't food coloring, but it was good, and essential oils, and, you know.
You can't beat that.
No,
You can't beat that. So she made me this beautiful bath bomb. I'll tell you how much I liked it next week. It has lavender in it, orange
And lemongrass.
Okay, so the lavender will probably really
Relax
relax
you?
me. So I'll probably either have to put a timer on or call Zen on the phone and say, please come wake me up. So anyhow, I can't wait to practice, to try that. Thank you so much,
me
Josie.
know.
That's really good. But I really am so happy that Rita and I have reconnected. It's been a while.
Right.
I was in a group with Rita, and I had to step back because of my radio show on Wednesday nights that I do out of Ferguson, Missouri. And no, people, I do not go to Ferguson, Missouri. I talk on my phone up in my guest room. But it's way cool to be able to do internet radio, and I don't have to go to Ferguson, Missouri to do it.
Right.
And it's wonderful. And I don't know if Lady Ray J and Dallas are on watching us tonight, but I hope they are. And if you're not, I hope you catch me on Memorex there, because we're going to tape this. So,
Haven't heard that in a while, Memorex.
Memorex. So, but I want to welcome our wonderful guest, Rita McCulloch, who I've known for several years, met at a networking event, and she has a wonderful company called Boomer Solutions 3, right, Rita?
Boomer3 Solutions.
Oh, Boomer3 Solutions.
Right.
Okay, I thought it said Boomer. It's okay. So, what she does is she helps people get their papers together for their parents, or
Navigate the maze of paperwork it takes in dealing with parents and caregiving.
right. Now, do you do caregiving? Taking care of people?
No, what I do is before the stress begins, because once you get into caregiving, I promise you there's going to be a lot of stress.
Tell me about it.
Right, so my goal is to help people and families pull together all of the critical documents that they need to have in place in order to be a good caregiver. And I said, we'll do that before the stress began, and that's how I wrote this book called Before the Stress Began. And I had it in mind to do because of what I went through with my mom and dad. Okay, yes. And so what I did
Can
is...
we hold this up?
there.
Okay.
Let's hold this up so you can see this. You can't see me, but you can see the book. Are you zeroing in on this, Michael? Okay.
And you can get that at Amazon.com, or you can get it at my website, www.boomer3solutions.com, and order it from that site.
And order it from there.
Right.
And this is like a nice workbook.
Oh, that's
Yeah, isn't this nice? It's like a workbook that people can put all
Their
their information in and have it all in one place. You know, your mom's personal history, your dad's personal history, where all their worldly possessions are, and their insurance, and
especially insurance.
you know, medical insurance if they have a advanced directive,
Right.
which is really important. to have.
Right, and they need it at all times, mainly because you can get sick at any time and have to go into the hospital. And then the first thing they're going to ask you when you get in there, do you have a medical directive? You know, and then who's the next contact person? So the contact person should be the one too that have a copy of your medical directive, just so that if anything happens, they can't, to where you can't speak.
Right.
Especially when you can't speak. They can speak for you.
That can happen.
Very easily. I've seen it over and over again. And a lot of times people think, well, I don't need to do this now. You need to do it now because you don't know what's going to happen.
What's an ideal age to begin doing that?
It's really any time, and I recommend it really for anyone who lives on their own, because, say for instance, even someone who's just graduated from college, they're not going to usually go home. Right. They're going to have their own place. Yeah. And so
that's what I was thinking of. I'm like, I need one. My kids need one.
Right.
You know?
That's it. And they need it to know, so that when something happens to you, they know exactly where to go to get it. And it's amazing how many times I've gone with clients and they say, I've got that. But they can't tell you where it is. Right. Well, my goal is to help them. Okay, you go find it and we'll put it together. And that's one of the things that I like doing with my clients. I sit down with them on a one-on-one, or I can do classes, and I have done it where there's been families together, and each family set of family members, you're in a different household, everyone needs their own copy so that you can easily find it in your house. As a matter of fact, I had my son and my daughter to do their own because they don't live with me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And so the main reason I started this was because I did it with Mom and Dad. And when I found out that Mom and Dad had 73 insurance policies. Wow. I'm telling you, who needs 73 insurance policies? No
That's
one.
A lot of insurance.
That's a lot of insurance.
That's pretty overwhelming.
It really is.
And to weed through that.
And that's what it took us a year to go through all of them. So I'm just saying, if something had happened to them before we finished that, just think of the stress that the family would have been under trying to solve those.
My aunt last week, my mom lives down in the Jersey Shore, and my aunt lived up in northern New Jersey, and in November her husband passed away. So my uncle passed away.
Right.
And my aunt was going through some heavy duty grieving, and she was losing a lot of weight, and then the short version of it is she wound up moving in with my mom. Well, she'd only lived there for about 6 weeks, and last week she had a massive stroke.
Wow.
And my mom found out the day after that she had all these medical bottles in her room, and nobody knew that she was supposed to be taking them, and she hadn't been taking them since November. Since she got them in December. No, she got them in September, and my mother said the bottles were barely empty. Barely used. So she wasn't using them, and she had a massive stroke. So I talked to her a couple days ago in the hospital, and it has really impaired her speech.
Oh yeah,
big time. And she has what they call something evasive aphasia. So which is she's having problems talking. So I told my mom, and I don't know what things my aunt has, what paper she has or anything. And then my mom finds all these medications, and she's hardly taken any of them. And my mom didn't even know that she was supposed to be on any of them.
Right. So, and that's one of the things that we also cover in the book too, is to make a list of those medications, what you're taking and why you're taking them. And it not only helps your parent or whoever you're talking about at the time, but it also helps you because that's something that could happen to you sometime down the road, but then you know about it already, so you know how to at
And
least
then when you go to the doctor, they always ask you, what medications are you on?
Right.
And if you don't have it written down, then they've got to call the pharmacy, then they've got to get verification and find out, are you still taking this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I recommend they do is always keep a list of whatever it is you're taking in your purse.
In your purse,
and also when you're at home, put one on your refrigerator door or on your dresser, because if something happens to you and the EMT has to come to your house, those are the first places that they look.
And the other thing is, if you have any medical issues, like if you're a diabetic or you've had heart problems or you have a pacemaker or you have metal in your legs, some
Or
people,
a
a plate in your legs or
head.
Screws in your ankle or anything like that. You need to write those things down.
Right.
So if something happens to you, they will know that these items are in your body.
Right. And also if you're going to fly,
as you would say, if you can't get on the plane, if you can't make it to the metal detector,
you
then
need to let
make sure
them know.
that everybody knows other things
you need to go, you're going to go ding, 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 and they're going to look at you like, what's going on? So, and if you have any allergies, write them down. Like, I'm allergic to bees, severely allergic to bees, and
I'm allergic to peanuts.
You're allergic to
penicillin. How
am
about
too.
that?
And I'm allergic to latex.
Oh, really?
The latex gloves that the doctors
Right.
use. Yeah.
it's like, don't touch me with those.
Right.
Don't touch me with
Luckily, I
those.
don't go to them.
So if you're allergic to anything, if you have any health issues,
That's right.
you have to write all this stuff down. And like Rita says, which I never thought to put it on the refrigerator, put it on the refrigerator, put it on your dresser, put it in your purse or in your wallet.
Because every time you go to the doctor, they're going to ask you each time.
Yep.
So you might as well be prepared. And that way you don't have to take all the medicine bottles with you.
That's right. When I fell last month and they said, well, what medications are you on? It's like, I'm not on any medications. So I didn't have that list.
Well, that's
but
great.
they look at you kind of funny,
do.
like,
Yeah.
at your age,
I
you
know.
don't have any
Yeah.
medications.
Well, what about vitamins? Are you on vitamins? They
Then
need
they
to
ask,
know
now
that.
they want to know what supplements, too.
Right.
Yeah, what
you need to know the
supplements.
supplements.
And I'll
too,
say, I'll
right.
take homeopathic remedies, and they go, huh? So, it's,
Doctors aren't used to that.
no, they have tunnel vision.
They don't like patients who are educated.
Right,
Well,
they
I
don't.
shouldn't say it that way, but they don't like patients who take their own health care into their hands.
That's right.
Because it challenges them in treating.
Yeah.
Then they can't make extra money.
That's right. Right, Rita. You're absolutely right. Shaunice is over there shaking her head. Yes. You're absolutely right. Like the guy when he said, well, we got somebody for your ankle. It's like, I don't need
know.
help with my ankle.
Then you got somebody for your toe. It's like every part of your body has a specialist to go with it.
Yeah, there's one guy there that does hands, wrist, and elbows. And that's the person that they recommended for me. And I'm thinking, that's not going to work because I need shoulder. I have to go up the arm.
shoulder,
And that's
knees and
not going to
toes.
work. So I called him and I said, do you have somebody that does above the elbow? Because I need a shoulder guy, and
It's like you can take that part off and just give it to you, and
Right.
But I mean, we're one. We're one.
I know,
You
well,
know, it drives me crazy.
that's why I look at the whole body, what's going on with, and I also look at what are you doing during the day? What is your activity? What are you eating? Are you on the SAD diet, the standard American diet? Or are you a vegetarian? Or are you a vegan? Or you are a pescatarian? Or
What is a pescatarian?
they
I've
eat
heard that
fish.
Ah.
They're
When it
fish
sounded like
eaters.
Pest, I thought it was like
Pasta?
no pest.
Oh, no, it's a pet. It's a pescatarian, not a pescatarian. We got them running all over the place. Oh, and the other thing is, when you get veggies, people have asked me about how to distinguish organic from non-organic, because they're coming out now with 3 new potatoes. They've come out with that are GMO, genetically modified. They're coming out with some apples that are genetically modified.
Oh my God, I hate the apples. Yeah.
They're coming out with tomatoes, and I had one a couple months ago that I put on Facebook. The tomato that's GMO has no seeds. So if you got a tomato with no seeds,
and the apples don't turn yellow.
No, they don't. They don't
you cut
turn
them
brown.
and they don't turn yellow.
They'll stay the same color forever and ever.
Yeah.
New
not
news.
real. Not real. Not real.
Yeah, it's not real. And it can skew up things in your body because it has, I don't know what they're putting in, and they don't tell anybody, but it probably has some things in there that are not good for our body.
Did you see, remember when they had the bread commercial, it was a company, and the bread actually, they showed that they used it to clean the house, wring it out like a sponge.
Bread?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, my daughter showed it to me a couple of years ago. That was when I stopped eating bread.
Oh.
Because it could be washed, it could be squeezed out, it could
like
clean.
A sponge.
It was like a sponge. It was literally sponge material.
This is what they had, genetic.
It was a GMO bread.
Yeah,
it was genetically
modified. So how you can find out that you have produce that is organic, if it has a 9 in front of it, you know that little sticker?
Those numbers.
If it has a 9 and it's 5 digits, that's organic. If it's a 4 and if it starts with a 4, sometimes you'll see a 3 and it's 4 digits. Don't touch those. They're not organic. And you want to, if you're getting berries, you want to get berries that are organic, because berries are like toxic sponges. And so when you eat a berry that is not organic, you're eating a lot of toxins.
All the toxins.
Wow.
So that's when you need to go see Debbie and get your feet ionized, go through the feet ionizing. I highly recommend that. I highly recommend that for everybody. It is so worth the time. It takes less than an hour. So worth the time and the money to go do that. It's a nominal fee, and
yeah, because you really can't avoid. I mean, you're going to get.
You can't avoid toxins.
Because even in the air, leather in cars, carpet, everything has some form of toxicity.
And we don't know what it is.
And you can't avoid it, so you got to
us.
be able to take care of yourself.
You know, the government last month or the month before passed the DARK Act, which has denied Americans the right to know. So they don't have, companies do not have to tell us anymore what is in their food, what is in the box of that food, you know, what is in this, what is in that, how we made that fabric or anything like that. That's why I've got herbs that are growing on the side of my window over there, because they're all organically grown. And I've got some seeds up there that I started. I sprouted a avocado pit, and I got it going hydroponically. I rooted it hydroponically, and it's out there in my little Pelican. And it's growing. It's starting to grow. I've got a little stem like that on it. And so grow your stuff. Grow your organic. You know, do some container gardening. You know, grow a couple tomatoes. You know, and if you're going to the big box stores and you're going to look at plants, get the ones that say heirloom. Heirloom plants. You do not want the ones that say hybrid. If it's a hybrid tomato, don't get it. You want an heirloom tomato. You want heirloom cucumbers. Anything that says heirloom. If it says hybrid or doesn't say anything on it, don't get it. So,
you know, funny thing, Marilyn, bananas. You know, I love bananas, and
I
thought I was enjoying bananas, and I was at my daughter's house, and she's been organic for a long time, and I ate a banana at her house. I was like, oh my God, this tastes so good. It tasted like a banana. And I was amazed at the difference in an organic banana and the traditional bananas at the store. So now it's like I won't buy one that's not organic. It's a totally different taste. I mean, if you've ever had a banana popsicle, that banana, burst of banana, that's an organic banana taste. And it reminded me of being a child.
Go get yourself, when you go to the grocery store, the bananas, they start with a 9. Just you get yourself 1 or 2. And
try it.
It tastes so much different. When I was in Costa Rica 12 years ago, and in the jungles, we got stuck. Our car wasn't working right. And there were dive bombers coming down over the banana fields that were spraying the banana fields. And I thought, I'm going to die in a banana field. because of all the toxins that are coming down. And I never thought I'd get out of there, and we finally did, but I was loaded with toxins, and I really had to go out of my way to get all that out of my system.
Okay.
So,
and what a deep cleanse.
yes.
I do a quarterly cleanse.
Deep cleanse. And I had a deep cleanse with me, believe it or not, and that's when I used it because somebody told me to bring it with me. And, you never know, and they're spraying those things, so... You gotta watch what you're doing. So Rita, what else can you tell us about your Boomer3 Solutions?
Okay, the next thing that I'd like to try to tell you about is that I do come into clients' home. Yes, I do make home calls, and I try and do a little survey with people first, just to kind of see where they are. And what I need, what step I need to take with them. And I also do a free 30-minute consultation. So if they'll call me at 804-314-9988.
Say that again and look in the camera.
It's 804-314-9988. And you will get a free 30-minute consultation if you mention Marilyn Show. How about that?
Wow, so if you mention my show, you'll get a 30-minute free consultation with Rita, and Rita really knows her stuff. So give us your phone number again, Rita.
That number is 804-314-9988.
There you go.
Right.
There
so Rita,
you go.
is it online? Is there an online component to that?
Are you online? Do you have a website? Or?
I do have a website. It is www.boomer, BOOMER, the number 3, solutions with an S.com. And you can see a lot of my information there on that site. You can also see where the book is, and I do speaking, so if anyone needs a speaker, you're welcome to give me a call at that number also.
And is there an online
survey?
A piece that you can do that everything that's in your book could be done online and kept like on?
Well, I'm working on that. That's
with young people in technology.
Right.
My children made me declutter my office, so there are no books in there anymore. There are very few books in there anymore because I'm a bookaholic.
Yes. Well, I do have the forms in a CD form so that they can get the forms.
Okay. Because that would be great to keep in a safe deposit box with all the other important pages.
Right.
Do you have a form on your website that people can fill out and email you?
No, but we're working on doing that.
You're working on that.
Right.
What is the email address that they can get? If they can't get you on the phone right away, and they're on their email and they want to talk to you, but they want to email you.
Okay, my email is Rita, RITA, at Boomer3Solutions.com.
Rita at Boomer3 Solutions, the number 3 Solutions plural.com.
Right.
Okay.
So if anyone would like to get in touch with me, that's the best way to do it, is email me or phone me.
Right.
You can text me.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
text.
So her phone number is a cell phone. I do know that. So, you can text her too. But if you're going to leave a message, if you're going to email, get in contact with her, make sure you leave your phone number and your name. And when you leave your phone number, I've been... sometimes I have a problem when I give my phone number too fast.
Right.
Give it slowly because it's hard to write it down really fast.
And repeat it.
Right, and repeat it because we don't always take the Evelyn Wood speed reading, speed writing or speed hearing class.
We're boomers.
Right.
Yeah, we're boomers.
Right.
We're boomers, so we might go a little bit slower. But if you're going slow, take time for yourself. Like my mom, she doesn't always take time for herself, and she wanted to get back up to the hospital, and I said, Mom, you need to do for you. She said, well, I haven't eaten dinner. I said, so go eat dinner.
Go eat dinner.
Right.
Go eat dinner and do for you. And that's another thing you have to remember. Take care of yourself.
Have to do that. If you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of someone else?
Exactly. And do you tell people that, Rita?
I do. I do. I tell them that all the time because I know what it was like to help take care of my parents, but I had to keep myself. do things that I needed to do for myself in order to take care of my parents.
That's right.
And
that's
for
right.
anyone.
And we teach people how to treat us by how we treat ourselves.
Right.
When
That's
they
right.
see us not taking care of ourselves, then they feel, well, why must I respect you? You know. So
I told one of my
we're the
clients,
example.
I told one of my clients before, I said, I'm not worried about your mom. I know you're going to take care of your mom. I'm worried about you. And she said, why would you be? I'm just fine. I'm healthy, and I get around and I do whatever I want to do. And 2 weeks later, she was down in her back, could not move. And I said,
Yep.
you know, that's all I could do. She said, well, you put a hoax on me. No, I didn't. That's right.
You gave her a warning.
Yes.
To
And
take care of yourself.
Right.
Because
If we don't, we'll be down anyway. Because you know, I always believe that when I'm not really taking care of myself and I'm not doing enough, you know, my body's going to shut down.
Right.
It's gonna respond
It's gonna-
accordingly.
And your
Right.
body does.
It
Your body
does. It tells you. It
Yeah.
really does. And you try to get up out that chair when it said it doesn't want to.
Right.
You will not be able to
You
move.
won't be able to get up. Like sometimes, I was very lucky today. Oh my goodness, was I lucky today. I got both boys down at the same time.
What?
I was the rocking grandma today. Yeah, and that doesn't always happen.
Oh, I know.
That doesn't always happen, because I couldn't get Sammy down for a nap. He took a short nap this morning. So I got him down for a nap with Jacob about the same time.
Okay.
And it's like, you know, I'm going to get off the face of this earth and lay down like that. And so I
And
did.
take advantage of
Yeah.
it. That's the same way it is with new moms. I try and tell them the same time.
When the
Don't
baby
try and
sleeps.
clean while they sleep.
No.
You sleep.
Yeah.
That's right, you sleep.
Right.
And that's what I did this afternoon. And I decided, you know, they're asleep. I'm the rocking grandma. I'm going to take a nap.
That's right.
And I wasn't really tired, but I knew I wanted to take a nap. And my body was saying, yeah, just lay down for a little bit. Do for you.
And refreshed.
Right. Do
Feel
for
renewed.
you. And I slept for maybe half hour, 45 minutes. And
But that was it.
that was all I
what
needed. You know, and sometimes, oh, this really irritates me because I'm not a morning person. But sometimes I run out of sleep. You know, I mean, if I go to bed, like I try to go to bed between 10, 10:30, 11, no later than 11. And sometimes I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I can't go back to sleep. And it's like, really? So
Hey, that's good.
I try to I try to go back to sleep. And then I say, God says, no, you got to get up. You
Yeah.
gotta go. So I get up, and my husband's really good at sleeping in. So I get up and I do a bunch of things, and I get a lot of stuff done before the kids get. You know, I work on my book, which is almost done. Well, I got the book done. I'm just working on the edits. And I get a lot of stuff done in the morning before the kids come, which is important. And I guess it's God's way of saying, no, you have to do this, so don't go back to bed.
I look at the early morning as God's time.
I know, but you're a morning
time.
person, girlfriend. I am not. My biological clock does not rock and roll until 10 o'clock.
But I just realized that, you know, I mean, when I stopped working, I was always late for my job. But I didn't want to be there. That was part of the reason. But when I stopped working, I started waking up at 6:17 every morning, and I was so mad. I was like, why am I waking up? I don't have anywhere to go. But 6:17 is my birthday, so I've decided that that's my God time. So I wake up automatically at 6:17, and I
Look,
write.
you don't even need an alarm clock. What a
And
deal.
I write. And I write.
You know, I mean, I woke up at 7 today. And I had my clock set for 7:30 because my daughter was dropping the kids off about 8:30. So
That will give you a little bit of time.
yeah, it gave me a
for
little bit of
refresh
time to
right.
get refreshed and get my act together and do what I need to get done. And you know, and if you say you don't have time to do things, friends, you do have time to do
it.
You
Plan
have to
it.
sometimes make time. You
That's
make
right.
an appointment with
yourself.
yourself.
Yep.
That's
And
right.
you see, all the baby boomers are so used to doing that, aren't we?
Right.
We learned by the
I wanted to
school of
let
hard
you know
knocks.
too that I'm writing my second book too.
Are you? What's the name of your
it's
second book?
Before the Stress Began for Women.
for women.
For women, because we're the
That's the
number one
difference.
caregivers
Yeah.
usually.
Yep.
So 80% of us are.
Right, I am the number. Oops, I'm sorry, Zen. I didn't mean to do that to him. Did I mess up my microphone? Oh. He says I'm not being very professional all the time because sometimes I do that. It's like I'm trying. I'm really trying, and he's probably thinking, yeah, she is really trying. But anyhow, yeah, women are, and I've been a caregiver for a lot of people, and working in the naturopathic field, I have also been caregivers to a lot of my patients and clients.
Oh, right, okay.
And have helped them.
Right.
So, but the two main ones that I really took care of in my family was my grandmother, who passed away, I guess it's been about 16 years ago, and she passed away in my arms. And then my dad died in my arms in 2009. So those were the two main ones in my family that I've helped. Now, I caregive for my mom. I help my mom. But my mom lives in New Jersey. She lives 8 hours away, and there's no easy way to get there. And I really, the way I'm busy right now, it's hard for me to get away. But if she needed me, I would definitely go. I would be there.
Well, that was one good thing about it, is that even though I'm here in Virginia, my parents lived in Alabama, so I would just make it a habit of at least going down 3 times a year to give my sisters and my dad time to themselves, because that caregiver needs some break. They really do. And my dad would love to go fishing, and so I said, Dad, go fishing. I'm here with Mom, so you don't have to worry about it. You know, and so it does. It makes a big difference when the caregivers can get away for a respite time.
Yes, it makes a big difference. So if you are a caregiver, especially if you're a baby boomer caring for your elderly parents, or if you're a baby boomer caring for somebody, or if you're a young mother caring for a child, your kids, whatever, make sure you take time for yourself.
You need it.
You need it, and you deserve it.
That's right.
You deserve
you gotta
the
pour
time.
in. If you don't pour in, you have nothing to pour out.
That's right.
I always think if I don't pour in my morning God spirit, then I'm an empty vessel, and then you get that dry energy from me, that other Gemini person.
Oh, you have a second one?
There are a couple of. There are at least 2. I just recently met a third one.
I seem to be always surrounded by Geminis recently. It's really funny.
That's for a reason. Good reason.
That's right. It must be. And I want to say happy birthday to Rita, who is having a birthday this Saturday. Yay, Rita. So I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank
and
you.
I know you're going to have a another successful year.
Well,
and happy birthday to my co-host, Josi Early, whose birthday is next
Saturday.
Next Saturday.
On the 17th.
A week apart.
A week apart. Same year. 1954.
Now you told everybody how young you are.
That's right. We'll be 63 years young.
They'll be 63 years young. Yeah.
And still think we're 36.
Yes.
Yeah, just turn those numbers around. Works all the time. So they're having birthdays. If anybody else is having a birthday, let me know, and I'll say happy birthday to you on my TV show next week.
Why don't you sing it to us now? I know you're a singer.
Okay, I will. Do we have time, Shaunice?
Yeah.
We have time, don't we, Shaunice? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, we got time. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Josi and Rita. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, thank you. I feel so special.
You are special.
We love you,
Thank
Marilyn.
you.
We love
Love you too. Love you too. Josi puts me on the spot, but it's okay, It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep. So
This is live.
It's live. Yeah, we are live.
That's it.
Yeah.
We are not Memorex. We are really live. We are really live.
I also wanted to kind of let you know too that I'm in business with 3 other ladies, and with a business called Boomer Connections.
Ooh,
So
is it
that's
a magazine?
Huh? No, it's not a magazine.
online.
Yet. It's online,
Okay.
right? And you can reach us at www.boomerconnection or This Boomer's Life. So we'd love to have guest bloggers, and Marilyn is one of
I
our
have been
bloggers.
one of their bloggers, and I'm working on another blog for
Right.
them.
Great.
Alright.
And
Yep.
we'd love to have one from you too,
Okay,
Josie.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot just so you know.
That's it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm already
we'd love
thinking
to-
of you coming to speak to my team too.
Oh, right.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
You're starting to get
Networking,
this
networking.
Already.
Right?
It is. It
You know,
is.
I would
Thank
love
you.
to do a workshop with you sometime.
Okay,
because I
that's
really
great.
think it's important
Yeah.
to talk to people about caregiving, because you never
Right.
think that it's going to happen to you, ever.
Right.
You don't think it's going to happen to you,
It's
and
that
Around the
time.
corner.
it might happen to you.
Yeah.
Like last year at this time, my husband had back surgery.
Yes.
And
so you had to be
before that,
prepared.
because of his physical therapy, he was in a wheelchair for about 6 weeks. So I was taking
I
care of
didn't
him.
know that.
Yeah, I was taking care of him,
Looking good.
and I was taking care of Jacob 5 days a week.
Right.
And I'm telling you, talk about struggling with not getting burnout. It was tough, Josie.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I know.
It
Last year
was
this time, my
tough.
husband had just had his stroke.
He had his stroke.
Right.
You know,
And you
so
just
you don't
never know.
You
You,
don't
know?
know.
Like when I fell, who was my caregiver? My husband. You know, he helped me with everything. And even I didn't have the kids the first week that I had fallen, because I couldn't pick anything up. I really couldn't do anything. I was eating with my left hand because I'm right-handed.
Right.
You know, when you're eating, I don't know if other people are
imagine.
predominantly right hand and
Right.
they use their left hand, it feels like my brain is funky. It feels really weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Make you
Yeah.
have to think about
You
doing
have to
things.
think about it. It's
right.
you know, when you're using your right hand, it's
It's no
automatic.
automatic.
It's automatic. Well, my husband's left-handed, so he can do a lot of things with his right hand that I can't do with my left hand. But he has really motivated me to try
Learn to
using
do
my
it.
left hand, because friends, you never know.
You never
If
know.
you're going to lose
right.
your predominant hand for something, you fall, you know, you break your arm or whatever. You got to be able to rely on your other hand. God gave us 2 hands, so we've got to learn to use both of them. Don't make your dominant hand your only hand. You got another hand here, you know,
Help
and that's
out.
important. So when I was using my left hand, it's like my brain feels weird. It was really a weird sensation that I was getting.
We should
But
try eating for a week with my left hand.
yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to
might
try
lose some
that.
weight.
Yeah,
You get tired of doing it.
you get tired of eating. It's like, this is too much effort. Too much effort to do this. We're having so much fun tonight.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
laughing and just having
Yeah.
a great old time.
Right.
See, boomers can have fun too. We know how to have fun.
We created fun.
That's right. That's
fun.
right. That's right. And it's been a great night. This is like, I feel this is my premiere show in a new area, you know, in my new room.
Yes.
You know,
Okay,
and
right.
it's a great feeling.
And
And
I
I
have a feeling this is where you were supposed to be. I
Yeah.
can't wait till we come out with some healthy living cooks and treats from Maryland. Put some of the herbs on the table from the garden. Yeah.
Yeah, I love my little garden over there.
Yeah.
I've really been working on, and the kids don't touch it, which surprised me. You know, they don't even mess with it or anything. So, well, Sammy can't reach it, but Jacob can.
Good. Right.
But yeah, so I feel really.
Usually make.
Yeah, I know they
That's
usually get in stuff like that, but you know, I've bought this pelican that is out there, and because he and I were talking about pelicans one day, so I found this pelican and I bought it. It was on sale to put a plant in, and when he first saw it, he says. He was scared to death of it. He says, "Grandma, is that real?" I said, "No, it's not real," and he just didn't want to get near it. And I said, "No, you can touch it," and he's, you know, pretending and trying to touch it, but he was scared. He got used to it after a while. So today, I guess it was yesterday, I took him back home, and he goes outside and he says, "Hi, Pelican." Hi, Pelican. So now he just say hello to him, and I'll say goodbye. But when we were doing sidewalk chalk out there today, that's the new art with kids, sidewalk chalk. The only thing with sidewalk chalk, if you want to keep your artwork, you got to take a picture of it, because when it rains,
it's gone.
It disappears. It's gone. So,
I remember when we did chalk.
Yeah,
we did
that was it.
I know.
We didn't have chalk until we take the rocks.
Right, yes.
The good old days.
Yes.
The good old days. Y'all have to get outside and go play freeze tag or Spud or Four Squares. Go outside and do something. Spud, don't you remember?
Spud.
Oh, I'll tell you about it sometime.
Okay.
I grew up in a neighborhood where it was called Rabbit Hill because everybody was having babies. And so we were all around the same age. Oh, honest to God. There were a lot of kids in our neighborhood, and we all played together. And it was in those days when Johnny had the mumps. So what do? We all go down and play with Johnny. That was before, vaccines and everything.
That's the way you immunize.
That's right. Yeah. Sally has the chicken pox. So we all go and play with Sally, and then the whole neighborhood gets the chicken pox. Yeah. You don't have to do that nowadays. You just get toxin vaccines. But that's another story that I don't want to get into. But anyhow, it's been great. Rita, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me. I really enjoyed myself.
I'm so glad, because this is the first time Rita's been on TV for a long time, and I think she was a little nervous, and I said, don't worry about it. We just have a good old time at Healthy Living with Marilyn. So what I want you to do is catch me on www.healthylivingwithmarilyn.com. Go to my links page, scroll down to YouTube, and press on YouTube and go to subscribe. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get all the latest and greatest from Healthy Living with Marilyn. And remember, you got this. So thank you very much, Rita and Josie, for being here, and change your life today. All right.